In today's Let's Normalize the Normal, I'm actually going to share with you how a sane self-care haul actually looks like. I've seen insane stuff going on social media. People are buying hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, calling it self-care, acting like they can afford everything, and maybe they can. I don't know. I don't know what these people are doing for a living because, and this is not a flex, but I am earning a fair salary and yet I cannot possibly shop like these people are doing. I don't know what is their income status. I don't know what is their tax bracket that they allow themselves to shop the way they do. And also I've been seeing, and I do bless those people who do that, because I've been actually seeing some people coming clean in social media in front of their followers, talking about how they went into credit card debt and they're actually broke now from overshopping and hauling and having like a new perfume collection and obsession and addiction to different things. So every single thing that you're going to be seeing in here was thoughtful. I did bought it, some of the things I needed and some of the things I wanted to have. Even the things that I wanted to have, and I did it consciously, I did it thoughtfully. There's nothing in here that I was like, okay, oh well, I'll take it. There's actually a couple of things in the store that I've left behind and that I really wanted. Grab yourself something cozy to drink and let's get started. So I have everything in here in my reusable bag. I got them in IKEA. I have two of them. They're always in my everyday bag, like the bag that I take to work with me. So if I'm stopping anywhere, whether if it's drugstore or supermarket, I'll pop one of those out, and they're foldable to this kind of really small size, and then I'll just fill it with whatever I need. So I'll pull one thing at a time. And I personally really love seeing what other people are buying from the drugstore, even if it's just a couple of things. But again, doing it mindfully. I've seen some women recently doing videos, and I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's the Tree Hut body scrub, which I didn't even know what it is. I don't own any body scrub. I just have this IKEA loofah thing that I put some soap on top of it, and then I wash and scrub my skin with it. I don't have like a designated tub of body scrub. And I want to say this has nothing to do with financial situation. First of all, they say that they can buy whatever they want with their adult money. I'll disagree, and I'll do a designated video about it. Because people will say, which would sound valid, like people will say, well, this is their money, they can do whatever they want with it. I disagree. And I even more disagree when it comes to sharing what you're doing in social media and by doing that, you're influencing other in a negative way. But even if financial situation was not an issue, let's say I was not working in tech, which is what I'm doing today. Let's say that I am the wife of Elon Musk, for that reference, okay? Let's say that as a wife of Elon Musk, I have no financial issues or worries whatsoever. All my needs will ever be met. My kids' needs will ever be met. Same goes for my children, for my grandchildren, and the children after that, and after that for generation, right? Even if I was the richest woman on the world, I don't think that I'll buy more than 2 body scrubs, because let's say that I would want one for, I don't know, that is a bit more freshy, maybe minty and invigorating, and the other one maybe was like a relaxing gourmand vanilla lavender. So I'll have 2, right? But why would you need a wall full of them? I do not understand. This is not financially smart. This will make me overwhelmed. I will not enjoy that. Nothing to do with money. Nothing to do with money. I will not enjoy the experience of walking into my bath or into my room and see a wall filled with like 80 different body scrubs. I don't know how they do it. My mental state will not contain that. So let me pull things out, and let's talk about a regular sane woman self-care haul that goes after work and stops at the drugstore because she needs to replenish a couple of things. So this is my restock. I'm actually just going to be digging for one thing at a time. Exciting. Oh, I know. So this is my Para toothbrush. I needed a new one. This is the brush that I've had for years and years. I always repurchase this one. My dentist introduced me to that, and this is the Power S27L, and this is the only available color they had, so I picked it up. The price went up so insanely. This is in shekels, by the way, Israeli shekels. You can convert them to dollars, but the price went up insanely. Like I'm not sure. Well, I do know what happened. It's called inflation, but Gosh. And I buy one of those every 3 months. Oh my Jesus. So this is a restock of my different adapalene gel that I love. And the only reason that I bought it is because the one that I have is currently on its last leg. And so I wanted to repurchase and restock the ones that I have. I only have one of those at a time. It's not like I have a couple of them lying around. I have this one and I have, I'll say, 3 more uses left if I squeeze it really hard. And so I wanted to make sure I have another one to go. Alcohol gel hand sanitizer spray for my car. Exciting, I know. Is this price normal? Don't know how those people are shopping. Next, I have my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Face Powder in the shade 115 Ivory. I have a powder in here, which is the Broken Essence one. That I love, and I did went to the Essence counter to find another one of these, but they were completely out of face powders, and I did wanted to get one for my office. I have an oily skin, so sometimes midday can be a hot mess, especially now that everything is super hot and humid. So this is the one that I'm going to bust open and take with me in my everyday bag. I have this little toiletry bag that I throw into my main bag, and so this was discounted, and it also was one of the cheapest powders that I saw in the drugstore after Essence being unavailable. So the Maybelline Fit Me restocked my. I used to have 2 powders. I used to have one in my everyday makeup kit and one in my bag, but I've used up the one in my bag and I needed to replace that. Next, this is just a cheap local brand beauty blender. I did brought my. I'm currently in a temporary residence, so I'm waiting for my apartment to be available, and currently all of my stuff is packed away in boxes. So I packed what I needed in a hurry to be taken in here to be with me in my temporary residence of 2 months. And I brought my foundation. This is the one that I'm currently using, and I forgot to bring a beauty blender, and I forgot to bring like a foundation blending brush. And so I went into the drugstore and picked one up. I thought that I can do without it. I said like, okay, I'll do it with my hands. Like I can blend my foundation with my finger, and just looks not so good with that specific foundation. Not with any foundation. I do have, for example, my Revlon Color Stay that I used to love. It works so well blended with fingers, but this one, not so much. So I did bought one of those beauty blenders. I think it was a bit overpriced. It was 20 shekels, which is how much? $6. If I would have spent $6 on beauty blenders from Shein, for example, I would get a pack of 20 of them, I think. And in here, I only bought one, but that's okay. I needed something fast to do my makeup for my everyday work. I couldn't wait 2 weeks now. So this is the one that I found in the store, and I just picked it up, and that will serve me to do my everyday makeup to the office. So these are the cheapest one that I could find. This was $3 for a pack of 5. This is the Gillette. This is the Gillette razors for men. I find that the men's version works way better than the women's, and they're also cheaper. So I always get the men's. And I'm not very hairy, so one razor of this will actually last me for a month. So I have about 5 months of use out of this $3 thing, which I love. I'm happy to have it. Then another thing that I forgot to bring in here, and I couldn't find, I tried to ask other people if they have a sharpener. Most women around me don't do their makeup all that much. So this is from Essence. This is just a pencil sharpener, because I did brought some pencils, but no sharpener. So this is how my pencils are currently looking. Yeah, so I needed a sharpener, and I got one from Essence, about $1.50, and I was mad that I had to buy it, because in the house I do have 2, and I just bought another one because you win some, you lose some, you know. And then this is my transparent lash glue. I don't wear lashes. I don't like the look of glued on lashes, but I am using this kind of transparent glue that is skin friendly to set the end of my necklace. You know how the clasps sometimes roll all the way to the front of your neck? And I like to keep it stuck in the back. So I read in some magazine many years ago that you can put a little bit of lash glue on the clasp of your necklace and you kind of glue it to the back of your neck, and then it stays there the entire day and I don't have to fuss around with it. Might seem weird or extra to some of you, but it was a really cheap one. Oh my god, I'm shaking. What's going on? It was a really cheap one. It was less than $3 and I wanted to have it. It will last me for a long time. Also, I have some shoes that I need to glue in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put here in the cards my capsule wardrobe video. You can see in there some shoes that needs some extra help. I'll just use this one because this is the only glue that I have now. Melatonin 3 mg healthy sleep cycle. I have no problem falling asleep, but I'll wake up anxious in the middle of the night, like at 3 a.m. I'll wake up and then that's it. So I need some melatonin to help me with that. I don't need much, not 10 mg for example would be much. 3 mg is pretty gentle, and that will help me get through the night in case that I need that specific help. And then the last but not least is 2, not 1, and I want to talk about it. Sunscreens. So I currently have this sunscreen from La Roche-Posay. It's on its last leg. I probably have 1 or 2 uses left. What you can hear inside is the little ball that helps it to be mixed. I knew that I needed a new one, and I didn't want to wait until it's completely run out. I wanted to restock it because the next couple of months are going to be busy in my life, busy at work. I'm going to have a lot on my plate as well, and hopefully I'll be moving into my new place. So a lot is going on, many new beginnings, and I needed to restock. Now, the La Roche-Posay one I did repurchase, which is the one that you can see over here. I just replaced it, but I also saw that this one is discounted. So this is just a local brand sunscreen, SPF 50 to put on your face. And what I like to do, so this one, for example, I like to wear in the morning before I put on my makeup, because that doesn't make my makeup slide and move around. And that way my makeup looks nice on, day-to-day office wear. But when I'm just driving with my dog somewhere in the morning to walk before I come back home and wash my face and do my makeup, and I just want to slap something quickly on, I thought about having something a little bit cheaper, much cheaper. So just for reference, this is 116 shekels and this is 30 shekels, so significantly cheaper. And what I like to do is to put this on in case I'm just going out with my dog on Saturday morning and I want to have some cover on my skin. I usually put some sunscreen on my neck and décolletage area, and also on the back of my arms, like the back of my palms, I should say. And I don't want to be, until now I was using this because I only had one sunscreen, but it's making this one to run out very quick, and it's very expensive, and I don't want to be wasting it that way. So I bought something to kind of work together with this one. I feel like it's financially smarter. I don't like the idea of having 2 different products around my vanity. I usually prefer just having one product and go with that, and whenever it runs out, it runs out. But I don't think it's smart wasting this product. It makes sense when it's on my skin, on my face, when I have makeup on top of it and I don't want my face to break out. But to be honest, if it's something, what's going on? If it's something that goes simply on the back of my hand and on my décolletage, I don't really need the expensive stuff. So I can go with something like this, and that way prolong the use of this one. So that is all that I got in my very fancy self-care haul. I really think that this is abundance. I really think, even if I had to think over the things that I'm actually spending money on, and some things I did took out of my cart. For example, there was this really cute, adorable light blue nail polish that I wanted to get, but I decided to leave it behind because I was like, you have 2 nail polishes in here that you absolutely love and wear all the time. I'm doing my nails at home, and you are going to be gravitating towards the one that you are usually wearing anyway. Like, you'll be going with the neutral ones instead of the blue 9 times out of 10. And so I convinced myself to leave it behind, even though it wasn't expensive. It was about $4, but that kind of money adds up. And also there was this spray that I really wanted, and I might get that is the thing, I might get it. I have, I'll show you. So I have my Olaplex number 7 bonding oil, and it's about to run out, and I did saw in there the OGX coconut oil that I've heard really good things about, and I wanted to grab it, and it was in my hand, but in the end I just thought, you know, I'll wait until what I have actually runs out. I've been wanting to get it because I do feel like my hair lately is a bit dull and shine less. And so I might go ahead and grab that, but I don't know how people shop the way they do in today's economy. As I told you in the beginning, I saw some people coming clean with saying like they bought those things on the expense of going broke. They bought those things on the expense of having a credit card debt. They bought those things and then they kind of hold it and shared it to the camera, and then what they did, they went into the store and return them after they opened them or squeezed out the product just to flex. This is not a flex. This is things that, well, no, I don't know how this can be flex, right? But these are things that I'm actually going to use and cherish, and they're going to be serving me in my day-to-day life. If you enjoy this kind of sanity corner in the internet, then please feel free to subscribe so you won't miss any of the rest of the content, and like so we can spread the message and some restock sanity can find its way on its internet. Doesn't have to be sexy. Hey, this is Editing Lee. Just wanted to stop here and tell you that it doesn't matter how much you earn. I've been talking to many people who are affluent and having a nice salary. All of us are worried about the economy of today. All of us are experiencing inflation, and it doesn't matter if you work in tech or if you are doing whatever. The prices have gone up so much, and our salary didn't go up all that much. And I don't know how these people on TikTok are keeping up and are allowing themselves to shop the way they do, because maybe they have the funds for it right now. And that's a maybe. But even if they have the funds for what they're doing right now, they have to think about the future, and they have to think about what can happen even more to the economy. And it's not that I'm seeing everything negative or everything in black. I just think that we need to be cautious about our expenses. And it shouldn't matter what is your financial situation. Again, if I was the wife of Elon Musk and I never had to worry a day in my life, then maybe things would be different. But then I would consider my spending habits, because I wouldn't want to harm the environment. So I would still buy things as I do today, but I want to believe that I would still do them mindfully. And I want to believe that I would not go overboard as those TikTokers are doing. And so, yeah, inflation is hard for us. All of us are quite worried with the way things are looking in today's economy. So just doesn't matter how much you earn, just stay cautious about your spending. Do buy yourself the self-care products that you want and love and use. Just don't do it excessively, and don't do it without thinking about the consequences. I feel like I'm some kind of a preaching mama, but I hope that I'm managing in today's video, sharing with you measures. So sharing with you, showing you how it's like to be balanced, to shop for the things that make you happy and that make you feel even prettier. But thinking about it, right? Because everything you'll see in today's video, I looked at the prices and I thought, how can I prolong the wear and the use of that thing? And how can I get the maximum of the money that I spend?